You get your bagels, you don't want to share them because they're really good.
Yeah, he also
At least in New York.
he specifically said, like, I get one, the person I'm with gets a full one. He didn't say, like, the person I'm with says, can I have half of that? And Valdez says, get the hell away from me. I'm a bagel hoarder.
Only I get to have the bagels here.
All right, let's focus up on this draft here as DRX will have blue side this time again, like game 1. Varus will continue to be banned. Pantheon, but first Yunara will also be banned on the red side. Wow, how could I know?
How could
anyone know?
How did you know that? And Azir almost definitely has to remain banned unless they want to like pull out the Yone response.
Little Xerath mid for Vikla?
Surely not.
Not gonna happen. Alistair moving up in the world. Even in the first ban list.
Yeah, it means that, you know, stuff like Vi, Orianna is going to get through.
Holding the Pantheon. We've seen a lot of teams try to give Pantheon. It has, for the most part, not gone well. I saw one loss for Pantheon recently, if I'm not mistaken, this week. But, yeah, I think they will ban it in that last spot. It's interesting that they pushed the Azir up first. This is tougher for blue side to ban. It's a little bit less obvious. They'll ban the Orianna. So Ryze and Pantheon, as the Korean competitors yell out, are probably the two that are being most heavily considered here.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather play against Ryze than Pantheon right now.
Absolutely.
I think that BNK agree.
I know that BNK agrees.
So do you think it's a Ryze first pick?
Yeah, it could be Vi.
In game 3 of Fearless, but like the champion diversity, Valdez.
Yeah.
Now my champion diversity. Maybe we just gotta wait till best of 5s. See Ryze in game 3 there, but game 4 and game 5, he's gone, baby.
Game 4 and 5.
Oh?
Oh, Sivir. Yeah, no Jarvan. And
that's what I like to see. Teddy has a
Teddy
very
Sivir.
famous Sivir game. Actually a few, but you know, one a really famous one. Let's see what the answer is going to be. Is it Ryze? I like to see a Vi comp. But what do you play it with is the question. The Ahri is gone, funnily enough. That was their plan all along. Yahoo was like, they can't
play Nocturne mid.
Nah. I don't think...
They hovered it.
Not on board with that.
How about we pick an 80 carry?
Vi Lissandra. Oh,
actually,
no Trundle? They're like, oh, no Jarvan? Sivir. Oh, no Trundle? Sion.
The boxes are being checked, Wolf.
The Victor stocks are going way up, seems like, in this draft. You could go Victor or Ornn here, or just go Ambessa and try to crush the Sion in lane. A bit of a rich move. He was one of the big early adopters of Ambessa. Excuse me, sorry about the pronunciation there.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, when he held that long sip, we knew there was no more discussion. He was going to lock it. The Ryze to come through with this. So side lane Ambessa, great wave clear with the Sivir. It's kind of coming together here for DRX.
Oh, we got to smile. Cassiopeia Vi.
We have seen so many attempts to counter Ryze with Cassiopeia. And even though it's won, like Closer's won, I think Closer's like 3-1 or maybe even 4-0 on the Cassiopeia this season. It's never really been about him.
Yeah.
Could have just played something a little bit more standard, a little bit more scaling. But no. I mean, it has scaling, but it's not as safe.
I feel like the most important thing in Fearless is making sure you have a comp that works together. For me, it feels like BNK are just kind of picking random champions that are good on the tier list.
Yeah. I definitely agree. The Nocturne ban doesn't really tell us too much about what 80 carry is going to be picked here for Diablo. Could be practically anything. The Kai'Sa, they weren't thinking about playing because it was going to be banned 100%. Like they knew that was never going to go through. It looks like more of a focus on something immobile. It could even be like a Jinx angle. And Atlas and I have been really pushing the Jinx recently. We think it's very
Yeah.
good at the
I
moment.
like Jinx as well.
It's great in this comp because you have ways to get her excited pretty easily. You've got a really nice
You can just
setup.
pick Lulu. Just pick Lulu on 4, and then you can play like Jinx or Felios or Zeri or, you know, X.
Yeah, I like that. And even if they try to put a hard pushing lane in the bottom lane to shut you down, there's a Lulu ban.
Oh,
They knew Valdez.
they knew about my strategy.
As I was going to say, if they put you down, then Vi ganks, and you have the angle. Instead,
I'll
they're just going to
pick
go.
Karma on 4.
Just going to go Karma on 4.
Just pick Yumi on 4. Pick Nami on 4.
I mean, Karma's an oppressive lane. You already have a lot of engage. It's not the worst that you could see, but
You play Ezreal, although
I really feel like the best would be Corki. We knew it was going to be a Blitzcrank. If it was Lulu or Karma, it was going to be Blitzcrank, right? What else do you play into this? Bard isn't going to cut it.
yeah,
Janna? I don't think so.
I think Blitzcrank is good. You can go Sejuani first.
Sejuani with this Ambessa kind of good. Feels pretty nice here. A little bit tough to beat out the Vi in the jungle, and also a little bit tough to hit the target you want with the Scion there, but can try to get this Ambessa ahead, play through that side lane angle I was talking about. And Bard it is.
Bard, it is. Is it?
Probably, yeah. I think so. Yeah. So what do we go here? Is it just Karma Ezreal just because that's what's on the tier list? Is this like literally the most tier list draft of all time? Got to get wave clear bottom. They took my Lulu away.
You can get away from Sejuani, Ambessa, and Bard all pretty easily. I feel like at this point, it's pretty good. It's not the best in the Sivir. And for a second there... Oh! Ooh! Yeah.
Okay.
Zeri.
This is a Diablo champ. This is Diablo saying, forget the tier list.
Throwing the gauntlet.
Forget Ezreal Karma, you know, talking points. Forget the fact that this is a Cassiopeia draft for just 1 second. And this game is about me now, by the way. It's not about Vikla. It's not about whether Clear can deal with Rich's pressure. It's about whether Zeri is going to come online, hit that 3-item spike, and carry the game. They're going to have a tough time, though, into the draft here of DRX. Very mobile, so it's a little bit tough to lock her down with a Sejuani ult, but my bigger concern is, or an Ambessa ult for that matter, my bigger concern is, can she farm when she's pushed in by Sivir in the mid lane for the entirety of the mid game? How well can she farm? Will she be vulnerable? Will she be caught? Will you fall behind? Does the rest of your team make mistakes? You don't have map control. You can't get to that 3-item spike. But if we get there, I think Diablo gets it done. And this is such a cool game, too, because it's Teddy's iconic Sivir against Diablo's iconic Zeri, right? But Diablo's the new generation, vying for Rookie of the Year. Palm for Diablo. He might get it.
He knows. He's a knower.
This is a big moment of, like, one of the oldest AD carry legends to ever play the game against one of the newest in a scaling matchup, Valdez. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's a great way to finish off the night. Absolutely. As we're getting ready here to hop onto the rift for game number 3 right now.
시간사의 흑도가 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Alrighty. Game number 3 on the cards between these two teams.
We started the day off talking about the key player matchup of the AD carries and how the playstyle of Teddy and Diablo are very different. Diablo is the guy who will take Ghost on Zeri, will slide into a team fight, press R, and try to pop off and carry the game. Teddy, he'll wave clear a Sivir, scale up, and become a Fountain Laser, and destroy you in a team fight and rip through that Science health bar. That is exactly what we have on display here in this final game, which is very exciting to me. I'm not taking anything away from some of the power we've seen from Teddy on some mid-game spiking champions. The Corki that he's played, obviously the Kaisa that has been one of his most iconic picks very recently since his return to pro play. But, you know, when you look at this draft, it really just oozes exactly everything we thought we might get out of today's series. And I think these two drafts are relatively even, especially because BNK threw some weird curveballs and picked Cassiopeia. Like, they were on a good track at the beginning. A little strange, but They brought the Diablo Zeri back in at the end, so I thought it was a strong finish, Valdez.
Yeah, sometimes it's all that matters. The journey is also important, but where you land at the end of the day is really what matters. Seems like they're doing pretty well already on that first wave. I'm a little bit concerned about this. At least Vikla picked a cool skin. It's very snake-like, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Cassiopeia, like the base skin or the other skins, don't really look very snake-like, but this one, you know, the tail makes it pretty obvious.
Yeah, this is the skin that makes you wonder like how they coded the physics for that tail.
Yeah.
Because it's just so in your face.
It's very cool. I'm a big fan.
You ever play Snake, the phone game,
Yes.
on your old Nokia?
Yes. On my calculator,
Yeah.
my TI-83, I think it was.
Only our generation will understand playing Snake on a TI calculator. And like, also,
Phoenix.
believe it or not, even though technology's come a really long way and like people are like allowed to have their phones in class and stuff now, I would still play Snake on my calculator if I got teleported back in time. Or like if I was sent to, I don't know, if I was sent to high school now somehow, like if I de-age and they're like, Wolf, you're clearly a 15-year-old, you need to go to high school, I would still play Snake. Because it still holds up to me, okay, Valdez? The younger generation will never understand because they just have too much newfangled tech, too many different opportunities, too many games to play. We had Snake and we liked it. I played Tetris on that calculator too, Valdez.
Yeah. It's the most Wolf speech I've ever heard in my life.
I tried to play Wolfenstein on the calculator, but didn't really run very well. And my friend who told me it totally did was completely wrong. Gank here,
Totally
level
lying.
4.
Yep, nice flash. Trying to continue. Nearly was able to, but it was just a little bit far.
Is that Gaian on the prompter? I just need to confirm this before I say. Okay, Gaian used TI-89. Okay, that's way ahead of my time. I wonder what the kids use now, like TI-100. They're like, no, Wolf, we use our phones. We have, we don't actually need
I don't know.
a calculator.
You can't have. Well, maybe you can.
I
There are
see,
like graphing apps, probably, right?
yeah, well, I see all the time on the news, like, such and such school considers banning cell phones. I'm like, yeah, we weren't allowed to have that back. Like, that was the norm.
Yeah. I had to hide that.
Yeah, I had to like hold my phone, pull it out of the, like I had to be off, I'd turn it on. By the way, this is a T9, like, you know, flip phone. I have to pull it out of my bag as, you know, this is not looking good for Ambessa, but anyway, back to a more important thing. I had to pull it out in like my locker and like bend over and see if that girl I like texted me and she didn't. And I'd be like, I'd like power it back down.
I used to do like the backwards lean, and then like the side look, you know.
Oh yeah.
Glancing down.
Yeah.
That's why I got really good at using my phone with my left hand, actually. Because of that.
He's phone ambidextrous.
Because I was always on the left side of class because of my last name, which is Valdez.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the V's were on the left side.
Not too many X, YZ, you know, W left.
There were a lot of W's, actually.
Yeah.
Like Wilson.
Williams,
yeah. Tons of those. As now we got the engage. No flash here for Vikla. But the damage is not quite there, actually. They cannot get it done. It's a 3v3. Killing going to keep Sponge around, but they don't quite have the damage on the side of BNK as well.
They really want to put Vikla down in this early game. It is not working so far. Yahoo commits the flash. Don't actually end up having enough damage there. Vikla's actually aggressively clear this wave, and they're going on to Sponge.
Yep. The Vi, very good in a 1v1 against the Sejuani. Sejuani picked for other reasons. We're going over the wall once again, but the stun comes through.
Yeah, the denting blows really do some heavy, it's a heavy blow to...
Denting?
Yeah, isn't it denting?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I thought you were going to say heavy denting.
Oh, no. I just mean, like, you know, it's dealing some heavy blows to her armor, and so therefore she has less resistances and she gets kind of punched. Andal? I don't...
Well, he's got some friends, or a friend. Yeah. Bit of damage going in. That's going to be Diablo in a little bit of trouble. Might have to flash this one. And at the end of the day, he is not. Very nice composure there. Although I say Teddy flashes in. The comeback on the boomerang actually gets the kill.
All right, Teddy making it happen. And he's throwing the gauntlet down in his own way here in this early game, going for that flash there. I really thought that was going to backfire for Ando, but he actually flashed forward, Looked for the binding there. Was able to get a lot of distance there and then buy space for that rotation over of Sponge. It's Teddy ultimately who breaks the ankles there, grabs the kill onto his opposition in Diablo. This matchup's getting heated. I like it. Way better than a calculator game. But I reiterate, that's all we had. Okay, Adil, going forward here, this is the damage output that Zeri has early in these skirmishes where the term Zeri moment comes from, which is very scary. Helen has to flash, but then Raptor comes down, and Teddy says, I don't care.
Oh, we got an ult up in top side. Looks like Rich will be okay.
Looks like a trade of ultimates there, and both of those top laners will be all right. Out of refillable potions, but Clear does have biscuits, so I think Rich is aware and will back away. Neither of them have TP, though. So Clear may be able to get one Demolish proc on that turret. Good Demolish.
Swap coming in.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Just going to let the wave crash so that that swap can be matched. Doesn't have TP, but can get back to that bottom lane quickly. This is a very aggressive early game. It's only one kill that's gone over, but it feels like it's been so many more. Vikla being in danger so often here in the mid lane. It's been a bit of a mid lane party, whether it's either a jungler or a support or both, here all the time, trying to kill Vikla.
Yeah, from both teams, for some reason.
All right, Grub's up.
Yeah, already started up here, and one of them is taken by BNK. Andal kind of zoned away to begin with.
Yeah, but Teddy's here faster on the rotation on that faster lane swap. Still just does not want to fight this, though.
Yeah.
They just don't have any control.
Yeah, two taken. It's pretty much donezo. Just going to let those go. And so BNK picking up 3 grubs.
Yeah, it's double objective bounties for, not bounties, but feats of strength here for BNK. So that's a pretty nice start for them. They deny the Ambessa from having any grubs, the Rise comp from having any grubs. Diablo really wants to make something of any exchange he can get here. He has that BF sword online. And I don't think anything should eventuate here. Does Clear hit him? Oh,
got him.
I love watching that matchup in the bottom lane, or in the top lane, whatever, in the side lane of top laners.
The weak side lane.
Yeah.
What is it they call it in that other, in Dota?
I don't know.
I don't. It's something. It's like off lane or something.
Yeah, we called it in Heroes. We called it off lane sometimes.
Yeah.
Solo lane. There was only one solo lane in that game. Rich will tell you.
But now we have 2.
Yeah.
In this game.
That's right.
So we're better.
Double.
Yeah. Do you think double dragon on the cards here?
It is a bit early to say, but I don't think so, actually. With the amount of control Teddy has over this game, the Sivir wave clear, Rise Realm Orb, there's just too many tools to deny. I think if we see a double dragon, BNK will have to win a fight to get it. I don't think DRX will give it up. But it's Rise Group, and caster predictions have been incorrect.
Many a time, actually. If
Well,
it's
let's
like
say-
the majority of the time.
I'd rather say subverted than say incorrect, you know? Some
Or
predictions are,
expectations.
yeah, a bit subverted predictions. Usually you say subverted expectations, but, you know, I predict
Subverted
this,
predictions, yeah.
and they subverted them. Yeah.
That's one way to say it, I guess.
Yeah, it's not really proper to say it like that, but I think it's true.
Improper, yet true.
Yeah. I wonder
What's the issue with Cassiopeia, do you think? Why do you feel like she just doesn't really hit?
So many games with Cassiopeia, the idea is, okay, we're just going to set up this really big ult in the middle of a team fight, drop the Miasma, and then we crush them quickly. And like in this game, you have the Zeri, right? And the Zeri does a ton of damage AoE with 3 items, the Runins, if you actually have that combo. Problem is she's squishy, her engage is super situational. I mean, in situations like this, you win these trades, really get into Rise and lane, but
Yeah.
she's just so squishy and her engage range is so low that I'd rather see almost any other mid laner that either does more consistent damage or has better engage. Like, I feel like she's kind of half a scaling mid laner and half an engaged champion. Whereas I'd rather just see, like, Victor, for example, or Azir. Obviously, Azir is not available in this case, but...
Permabanned as it should be.
Yeah.
We've had enough Azir, I think.
But, like, Orianna, who's also banned in this case, but... I'm trying to think of like another engage mid.
What is
Nothing's
the
coming to mind.
next? What is the next control mage
Syndra?
on the block? I think it is Syndra, yeah. Could have gone for Syndra.
I'd take Cassiopeia over Syndra in this situation.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like, kind of a good Syndra angle, thinking about it again. As long as you don't send your, you know, your stun into, like, your scatter into a spell shielded Teddy.
Yeah, maybe you feel like you don't have enough damage that cuts through, like, consistent damage. Syndra a little bit of a burst damage merchant. Rod of Ages.
Yeah, that's
Picked up for the Cassios. Speaking of
do.
damage, not very much going to be coming through for quite a while for Vikla.
Same to be said of the Rise, but there's so much more utility for the Rise. Like, he does damage, he has wave clear, and he can send his team to places they're not supposed to be. So can Bard.
Double Dragon,
like DRX actually just let them have prio
subverting
here.
the predictions.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, the jungler, Sponge, is not here. Well, he is, but he's up there on the top left of your screen, and that is not here where he needs to be. So Double Dragon comes through its Infernal Soul.
Yeah. That's a strong Double Dragon angle. Okay, DRX just let that one through. It's okay, though. Rich is going to get a plate.
Worth. Yeah.
If Edward Elric taught me anything, equivalent exchange, man, it's totally fair.
Edward Elric.
You know Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, you know.
No, I never saw that.
What? Never saw Full Metal Alchemist. I swear I thought you saw that.
No, we've talked about it a lot.
Oh, man. Well, I know you have a plane flight coming up.
Yeah.
I've got something for you.
Well, I also do have a book to read.
True.
Since we have our newly created book club.
Yeah, we have an LCK book club.
Yeah. It's very exciting. I'm actually really excited to read the book. I'm excited for the flight so that I can read the book.
Well,
actually, that's basically what I'm going to do for the majority of it, I think.
Well, Full Metal Alchemist can wait.
Yeah. Or I could do both, you know?
Don't watch Full Metal Alchemist while you read a book. But like maybe you want to let you read once you say if you read the threshold of where we need for our next book club meeting, then like once you've completed that and you can't go further, then you pull out FMA. I'm not going to
Brotherhood
I was going to say I'm not going to get into that debate right now. It doesn't mean anything to you.
Yeah, but what would you choose, Wolf?
Well, everyone's going to hate this. I think I've already outed myself before, but I like the original.
Yeah, you're a non-Brotherhood guy.
But both are fantastic, and if you're going to watch both, I think you should watch the original first. I think the original doesn't hit hard if you watch Brotherhood first. So, you should watch Brotherhood just because.
Because everyone else does?
Yeah, that's what the internet says. There's like literally like one other person in the world who liked the original more. I think Raz said he liked the original more. I was talking to him about it once.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry for Raz if that's not accurate.
There's like one other person
but I think
in
Raz,
the world, and someone who does our job?
Yeah, I want to say Raz was the only person in the world I've ever talked to who agreed with me on this. But I might be wrong.
And there's probably that one chatter, you know?
Sure, I don't have Twitch chat.
And if there is that one chatter, he's going to say, "It's me, Smiley, right now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for agreeing with me. We are really just not for Herald. We're like, both teams are so nervous. This matters so much for both teams, but for DRX in particular, if they lose this, it feels pretty dreadful as,
okay. This is the setup, but no Miasma to come down, actually. Nice dodge on that one with the flash. And now the Miasma comes down to deal with the Sejuani. Sponge, very much immobile for a little bit, but now Raptor in a bit of trouble, and he will be going down. They should give this kill over to either Rich or Teddy. They give it to Rich. Rich gets the kill from the top lane, and it ends up being pretty good for DRX.
And Diablo's just getting free farm here in mid. At the same time, there's going to be a late recontest here with Vikla having no ultimate. The Scion engage. I don't know about this one, BK.
Yeah, they're turning on a Kellen right now, actually. And Kellen has to flash away.
I mean, they deny the Herald take it for a minute.
Vikla's doing a good job, but again, on this throw at Cassiopeia, you just don't really do damage. As the smite comes through, Sponge going to pick that one up. And now somebody's got to get that eye, but nobody is careful enough. Okay, it looks like Andel's going to get it. And now Diablo's just in the front line, just dies for free. Not sure about that one, buddy. As he'll go down and clear at the same time as dead. Vikla chopped down, trying to TP away. Looks like he should get it, actually. So a big team fight win here for DRX.
I think BNK just may have tossed this one out the window. It's not over, but that was a disastrous fight for them. Diablo coming in late, but getting instantly rooted by Yehu. This is how it started, by the way. We go all the way back to the all-in here from Vikla. Raptor commits his ult here super early in the fight. They avoid the Tempered Fate, and yes, they get the kill, but they used so much to do this that I just don't think that DRX really care, because guess who isn't here? 2 of your players! Your Sion isn't here! Your Zeri isn't here! And then they are like, we have to stop them from getting... I don't think you had to stop them from getting Rift Herald. I think you could just cut your losses here and say, well, we traded kills. They got Herald. Zeri pushes mid. And then, like, the rotation over here of Zeri is, it's like the second that Yehu shows up is when Diablo's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go now. Gets rooted, takes half of his health and damage from a rise, and then just walks straight into everyone.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I think it's, again, it's something you said during the analysis, but I think it's just a mindset thing from BNK. They're like, no, we have to. Like, we cannot back away. We will not back down from a fight. When the fight setup is just, to be honest, kind of atrocious.
It's
like, they were too far behind, and DRX are sitting there like, well, they're not going to back down from the fight, so I think we just take these guys.
You could have just let the wave crash with Diablo, you know, contest the rise rotation, play it slow. And remember, if you walk away from that fight, you could just try to get DRX on resets and get an Infernal Soul Point, which they didn't get also because they gave that to DRX as they lost the fight.
Max range going on in, Rich, and aggressively, and Andal gets the kill with the redemption. Smites him from the sky, and now we got another one here on a Raptor who is just feeling kind of sad. Nice angle. Oh, but the flash on in. Teddy does it again, picks up another one. And DRX are getting fed now.
Yeah, BNK, Sandcastle, they get kicked, man. The House of Cards is falling over. A bunch of papers blown into the wind. It's all just fragmented. It's all falling apart. DRX playing as a unit, and BNK just completely dropping the ball in these critical moments. And it's great punishes from DRX. I don't want to take anything away from that. It was a max range ult from Rich to start it all off. Rich! This one day, you and I were watching a DRX game.
Yeah.
And every time Rich almost engaged or was on a flank, we just said, Rich! And then this just became
Well, it's because Chronicler did it first.
Yeah, that's true.
Chronicler was doing it in the
That's right,
cast.
actually. In my mind, it was you and I who started this, but actually it was Chronicler first.
And he did it like 2 times in a row, and so it just latched on.
It used to just be Rich, but it became Reach at some point. Like we're getting more and more re-pitched.
Yeah.
Teddy is having a good game, and you know, with these isolated BNK members that are out for the taking, he's just scooping them up. Oof. I wanted a competitive Game 3 here. I wanted this to be like an Elder flip, you know, I wanted it to be back and forth.
I wanted the epic battle of like the old versus the new.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did have a battle. It's not very epic, but obviously the old is winning, Wolf. I suppose that would make you happy.
Yeah, Diablo was 17 gold up at 0-3. He's 17 gold up again.
He is, yeah.
But I don't think he's winning right now, Valdez.
No.
Don't think so.
He's not. Yeah, okay, trying to set something up here. Vikla gonna have to flash.
Not sure about that.
Throwing in an ult once again, and now Raptor gonna use the disengage cone, but they get the follow-up on a Vikla, who is just the collateral damage. And meanwhile, Kellen running away.
It looked a little bit shaky there after Andal's initial engage, but the follow-ups were good. And it's just where we saw an incident with DRX in the last game. Exact same strip of the Rift. But it's this time the blue side team that crushes in swimming fashion, and we'll take it into an Otacon. Nearly 2.5k gold lead. Well, with the Otacon take, it will be 2.7. Here for DRX, the Cassiopeia put down in this game. The Zeri struggling to get off the ground. 2-item spike is good for Zeri, but it's the third you really need. And he's so far away from it now. And I just don't know if this game is going to slow down enough for him to get there. At least Vikla's got his late rod spike.
Yeah.
No, the later the rod comes out, the more experience you get. Technically.
I think they're both gonna they both go from 13 to 14. Happened to Yehu, and then he ticked over to 15 afterwards.
Yeah, if you could hit 14, it would be amazing here, but I think he's gonna 13, 14.
Gonna happen.
I don't think so.
Yeah. 13 to 14.
Yeah, 13.7, 0.8 to 14. I mean, he's getting closer, actually. Because I'm kind of invested.
Yeah, I want to see what happens. TP's coming in. Diablo is in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, we got to play up on the top side. TP pretty far away as Vikla going to get quite low. The Realm Warp gets them in. And look at Kellen and Diablo. They could never join the fight as finally we have the ult coming out here from Diablo. But he's just being chased down by the entirety of DRX as the rest of his team is just dead. And they'll just take the magical journey over. Might as well get a better angle here onto the Zeri. As Diablo says, well, I'm dead. Gets Heartsteel stacked to death.
That's the game. That's a full wipe. 0 and 4 on this Zeri. He wanted to pull it out. He said no to Ezreal Karma. And unfortunately, these fights have just, not really by his fault, been going so poorly. Remember when I mentioned that Cassiopeia's engage is so low range and she kind of does half, like she doesn't do tons of damage yet in this game, especially with this build, which she kind of has to go in this meta. It's a low range engage that puts him in harm's way and he does very little damage, so can't capitalize on it either and is just punished instantly. It's just that simple. And then Diablo's like, my whole team is dead. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying to carry. It's just so broken up. Like this whole game for BNK is just, like I said before, paper scattered into the wind. Like no individual paper means anything. You know, you need to put them all together. For Coach Song here for DRX, so feeling pretty good about DRX's best game of the 3.
They're so happy because
this is so important.
They need it. Not like, you know, DNF needs wins. It's not like that. It's more like they desperately need to get into 8th place in order to climb into plans and have a shot in the postseason.
Absolutely.
It really feels like we have a postseason now.
Yeah.
We always did, like, but now it's really long. It's like a month long, which is more akin to, you know, traditional sports, which are even longer at times, I think generally.
You and I had it for Pro League back in the day. It's a very, when you have a year-long season, it feels like the end really has to be big, right? It really does have to matter. Is Raptor...
Oh, that actually caught him on the very edge.
That looked like it would have.
That was crazy. He doesn't have his flash, but he's got Mikhail's. He's got a team this time.
And they actually got 3 ultimates out of that.
Yeah.
So, pretty big win. I mean, in trade for Kellen's mantra and a heal. Value. Let's see if they can punish this somehow. I don't think it's likely, but I do have a little bit of tempo for this. Baron spawns in 5 seconds. I think you might just have to send it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's tough, but if you have choke point control with this, you know, Miasma, Petrifying Gaze, maybe, but instead they just go, you can have it. We'll just walk away and reset. Like DRX, I think almost like with this movement looked baffled. Like, what is back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they just feel too far behind and they're not willing to risk it just yet.
I just think the riskier thing is to
not risk it.
To not risk it, yeah. Like, this was one of your only ways to get kind of randomly win a team fight in a weird situation where DRX don't have some of those critical ultimates.
Yeah, it does feel like every team fight has been DRX are set up and BNK are kind of the ones scrambling. So if they can actually get position on an objective and try to force something, I can see it. So
the decision is clear, though. Like, Diablo is looking for his 3rd item, and they're like, well, that's what we're going to play for.
Clear is actually the top laner of BNK FEARX.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Oh. Do I?
The decision was very simple for them. Like, it was an obvious decision from their mind, which is to play for 3 items for Diablo. But yes, Clear is the top laner. Thanks for identifying that, for those who didn't know.
He is, yeah.
Raptor is flanking on a ward.
Are they just taking the magical journey for fun, or like, what's going on here? Maybe leash down.
I still don't think this is the best fight for BNK, but they're going to look for Sponge.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to catch Vikla here in the front line, and finally Diablo gets like a decent ult off, but now the setup is coming in. Meanwhile, the 1v1 heavily won as Diablo going to go down here very early on, and I think that might just be lights out in this one if it wasn't already. Realm Warp coming on in, and Teddy just kind of runs at them. Down both Kellen and Vikla go, and Rich won this 1v1 at the same time. Now 5-0 and 5.
What a deflating end for BNK in this one. DRX,
This is the Baron that actually does damage, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think they...
Sponge should just juggle this with
Yahoo comes in.
Yeah.
Yahoo comes in. They can.
They're fine. I mean, there's just no one alive, so... It almost like Yahoo and Teddy, there's like an experiment, like, can they do it?
Yeah.
Probably, but see how this happens. A lot of dashes. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, you know, people often say this is death by 1,000 dashes.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, wow.
Literally 1,000.
Like, I'm like 99. Oh, 1,000.
1,000. They're so good at counting, Wolf.
This fight here is just another showcasing of, like, wait until they start the Baron, you know? Like, they're so desperate here. Zeri dies early. This Cassiopeia, I mean, I don't want to say it anymore, but she just doesn't do enough in this draft when you're just walking up to force a fight. And DRX, I mean, I don't know how many times they can just clean wipe BNK before this Nexus explodes, but we are 20 minutes into the game. They do have Baron buff.
It is 17-1.
Yeah, I feel like they should be able to just explode the Nexus in the next 2 minutes if they just group as 4 and 1 and push down these lanes.
Yeah.
If they kill anybody, there's just no defense.
Well, they are doing that. Just 4 and 1. And just hoping to end it here. But I guess they would have to cross the miasma to truly get on top of that inhibitor turret.
That
Wave.
cannon minion is truly the pace of the end of the game here for DRX.
Yeah.
Just like Rich showed, 1,000 dashes, 1,000 cannon shots will end this game, Valdez.
Yep. 28, 29, 1,000.
This is such a big moment for DRX. They do not want to mess it up. They do not want to get caught. They do not want to toss this huge, important win away. Again, against arguably the best team in the group, and it's the second time they beat them.
All right, he's gonna send it. That's what he said. He said, all right, I'll send it.
He did send it.
Oh, the setup here. Oh, missed time from Rich, actually. Doesn't quite matter, though, as the root comes down onto Diablo, and he just dies. He doesn't have cleanse. And, yeah, this will be the end of the game, guys. DRX are going to take down BNK in a lengthy bout of 3 games this time around. Actually, 1,100 gold going over to clear. Meanwhile, Rich is full health, taking down the base. So
yeah,
this one is over.
Still 3.3K behind, but, you know, put a little dent in it, Valdez. Yeah, this one was the most one-sided of the 3. DRX's cleanest game of the series. Their second 2-1 victory over BNK will put them up to 8 wins. And they are hot on the heels of Bro. Just one series between these two.